Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another AFK Journey video, and with everybody getting the boost to resonance level 240, or if not the boost straight there, the materials to get your account to resonance level 240, I wanted to talk about the resonance synergy system again today. Look at what kind of power you actually get as you're leveling through there, because it's very vague. Like, what the game tells you is not very useful, and this game has a way of doing this sometimes. Like, some parts of this game you can see just a ton of info, and some parts of this game you see this little power change right here where it says, hey, if you level up your units, they'll go from power level 24 million to power level 24 million, and that's pretty useless information. And if you click this, it doesn't really tell you except that your current max level is, and I want to dive a little deeper in this one. So what I did is I screenshotted one of the most popular characters in this game, Thorin. I screenshotted his stats. If you didn't know, you can click this eye right here down by his power, and it will show you a breakdown of his stats, and it'll also give you a explanation of those stats if you click on them. This is something I think a lot of people don't know about. One of the most important stats in this game, by the way, while we're here, is proficiency. This is 340 for him right here, and when the character's proficiency is lower than the enemy's level, the effects of some of the character's skills will be weakened. So this is sort of like a hold you back mechanic from just pushing against content that's like a lot higher level than you. So getting levels in proficiency really kind of unlocks your team. So I want to find out if going through the resonance synergy system actually boosts that, and I want to see what kind of boost it gives you to your basic stats, your attack speed, all of that. So I screenshotted all of these. I'm going to put a graphic on the screen of a before and after hitting a resonance synergy boost. Before I do that, I want to mention that everyone has this like cap of level 300. The game says that you can get +5 more for every Supreme Plus character you have. What I've heard from people who like played on the beta or who have maybe gotten here already is it doesn't give you power anymore at that point. It like turns it into gems. I still think that's a huge advantage because obviously you can take gems, get cheaper characters down the line. Like, getting more gems is obviously a huge advantage, but I will cover this again once I get to level 300, kind of show you guys what that is. But let's go ahead and hit a level up today. So you can see right here, the power change says it's not going to change at all when I hit this button, but I'm going to hit the button. Ta-da, now I'm level 269. So let's go take a screenshot of Thorin's stats at 269 and see how they changed. And here it is. So this is +1 resonance synergy level. That's kind of a hard thing to say, and we can see the difference in the stats. Now, over on the side, this left side is the stats that we were just looking at. This right one is the +1 level. His HP went up by what, about 2,000 points. Nothing really going into attack. Physical defense and magic defense did go up, but when you're at 46,502, is 46,534 really that much different? No, it's not. It's a very small bump in stats. Magic defense, same story there. His crit percentage stayed the same. His crit resist stayed the same. Vitality stayed at 10.5. Range defense still 33.0. But do note that the proficiency went from 340 to 341. So that at least is a nice little boost. And if you're going to just continue to get a level in proficiency every time you hit that button, it will really help you when you're pushing like Tower of the Abyss or something like that. Still, it's not huge gains. And so I'm once again back to the point of thinking, once you have your characters all the way leveled up, you have your gear, because another thing you're going to have when you get to the end game, let me show you this. Your equipment is going to hit this max ranking, right? So right now, all of my gear is maxed out. There's no better gear I can get. This is contributing a ton to those stats. Like, this is a bunch of stats right here, right? So getting your max gear, it looks like these resonance synergy levels really don't play as big of a role. Now let's confirm a couple of things. We're at 269 right now. What was his proficiency? 341. Let's hit the upgrade button as many times as we can right here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 more times. Did it go up 4 points? Let's go look, just kind of make sure that's what we're getting every time. Yep, 345. It did go up 4 points. So essentially, you are still giving them that level up, and that level up in this game does help you when you are pushing higher level content. So it still counts. Even though the stat boosts aren't huge, it is still a nice boost. And honestly, I've never looked at it. Like, this is the first time I've taken that really deep look. And this is for Thorin, right? I'm sure it's pretty much the same for all of those, but I don't know. I haven't seen this info anywhere. So I wanted to do this video. And to put a little bow on this one, I want to revisit a video I made a few days ago called like the whale gap for the next season. And I still believe what I said in that video. Even though resonance synergy levels don't give you a ton of stats, whales having access to more dupes is still going to be, in my opinion, the big gap. Because let's say, for example, the new game modes in this season or the new gear system in this season make more units viable or make more units meta. Whales have a lot more leveled units. Even though all the Supreme Plus units I have do not increase this level 300 cap, they do still count if I want to use them. They will still be more powerful than other people's units. So I still think that that's true. Dupes still give a huge stat boost all the way up to Supreme Plus. And so I'm unimpressed with every resonance synergy level stat boost. Again, I do admit the determination stat, or wait, that's what it was called, right? The determination stat is still important. You do proficiency stat, excuse me. You do still want to get this stat up there. But I think that as more game modes come out, the way it could hurt free-to-play players the most would be if random units started having really impactful roles and were not given through some kind of new season-based system a way to immediately be relevant. Like maybe the system, the season gear that everybody can access, and Walker all of a sudden becomes good. Like, yeah, right, Texas Ranger over here ain't doing anything. But let's say he does. So then maybe the limited gear system gives him enough of a boost that everybody can use him. If you have him all the way duped out, he's still going to be better, because they've mentioned that like these permanent stats, like your duplicates, like your, maxed out equipment, is still going to count. So I just wanted to really make this video to give a look at the resonance synergy system, just how much stats we're getting. It's not a ton, but that's how it works once you get to 240. So now you know. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you next time. Peace.